The PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are the big boys of next gen. They offer the best graphics, the best features, and the best games. Like every console generation, gaining access to this top tier of gaming hardware will set you back a pretty penny. But what if it didn't? What if you could play all of the same games available on top-dog consoles at a much lower price? Thanks to Microsoft, this console generation absolutely has a cheaper option for those gamers who can't afford to throw money around, and it is called the Xbox Series S. More compact and cost-efficient, the Series S is your gateway to next-gen on a budget. Get ready, cause here are 10 things about the Xbox Series S that we absolutely love.
Super players.
Number 10. Like the Series X, the Series S is included in Microsoft's plan to make games from across Xbox generations available for current and future generations. Their engineers and programmers worked tirelessly for many months to get Xbox One games, Xbox 360 games like Red Dead Redemption, and even original Xbox games like Star Wars Republic Commando to run on the new hardware. Better yet, some of these titles even had extra polish to make them look and run even better than they did originally. Red Dead Redemption is a major example, as it is an enhanced backwards compatible title. It features better textures, higher resolutions, and a much more stable frame rate. This is just one of over 600 games from previous generations that have been made available. To get the same kind of value and support from PlayStation, you'd need to shell out for one of the new higher tiers of PlayStation Plus. No contest. Number 9. The next generation of video game consoles is truly an amazing feat of engineering. However, compared to PlayStation's monolithic, obelisk-style approach to keeping heat buildup under control, Microsoft's method is much cleaner and quieter. Especially when it comes to the Series S. The digital-only platform ditches the disk drive, so there is no whining sound of a disk spinning up, and its core components are incredibly efficient, meaning they produce the graphics you want without generating a ton of heat. However, when things do get a little toasty, the Series S's inventive cooling solution comes into play. This little wonder is designed to be oriented either horizontally or vertically, and it is designed so that it is able to suck in cool air from just about every side of the console except from the top. This is where its massive fan exhausts the excess heat, denoted by the console's black disk vent design. But even when that fan kicks into gear, you'll barely notice it because of its high-quality construction that makes it as silent as an Assassin's Creed protagonist. Number 8. With video games getting bigger and more complex, they are beginning to take up more and more of your console's precious storage, which is a huge chunk if you're looking to install more than a few games. Thankfully, Microsoft has taken this reality into account and has devised a way to ease the low storage woes: the Seagate Storage Expansion Card. This mini SSD can be purchased from any retailer and be slotted right into your Series X or S to give it an extra 1 terabyte of storage instantly. Because they are specialized pieces of hardware, these can be quite expensive. But the good news is that they are built with standard PC components, which always come down in price as they become easier to manufacture. Number 7. One of the advantages of this new wave of hardware is that they are so powerful, they are able to push frame rates that are double what the previous generation promised, but rarely ever delivered. Ultra-smooth 120Hz gameplay is possible on both PlayStation and Xbox this time around, but Microsoft has Sony beat on this category hands down when it comes to your options for 120Hz games. Compared to the PS5's list of 30 120Hz games, Xbox has almost 90 different games that are capable of the same performance, whether you're using the Series X or the less powerful Series S. If you have the right equipment and high frame rate gaming is important to you, there's no question that the Series S is the better buy. Number 6. While the Xbox Series controller isn't a radical departure from the previous generation, like the PS5's DualSense controller is, that doesn't mean it hasn't been improved. It's just more subtle in the way that it made its improvements. And what has been changed is designed to make your gaming experience more comfortable and efficient rather than flashy. For instance, the glossy plastic finish on the triggers from the Xbox One controller has been replaced with a grippier matte texture finish. Tiny dots present on the primary surface further aid that grip, so no more slipping off the triggers due to sweaty fingers. The new controller also uses a standard USB-C cable, but perhaps the biggest improvement is something you can't see at all. The Xbox Series controller has a feature called Dynamic Latency Input, which syncs up your console controller and display to make your inputs more exact and give you the competitive edge you need in games that require such preciseness, like first-person shooters or fighting games. Number 5. Remember that SSD that we talked about earlier, and the Series S's default storage? Well, these things are super fast. Long gone are the days of sitting on loading screens for minutes at a time before you can enjoy a gaming session. Thanks to the leap in storage technology, you can now dive into a game in a matter of seconds. If you're an adult gamer who has precious little time to relax and unwind with a game, you know that every minute you spend with your console is important. And thanks to the Xbox Series S's SSD storage, you will waste as little time as possible waiting and much more time gaming. Number 4. Another awesome feature Microsoft has devised for this new generation of hardware is something that they are calling Quick Resume. Have you ever sat down to play a game but didn't know exactly what you wanted to play? You didn't have much time, so you couldn't risk jumping from game to game to see what clicked. With Xbox Quick Resume, that worry is a thing of the past. Now you can load up and jump between games in a matter of seconds, with no extra loading in between. Even better, this function works even after you shut the console off for the night and come back the next morning. Number 3. Unlike the massive PS5, or even its big brother, the Series S is small and light enough that it can be placed and enjoyed almost anywhere. No need to move equipment to try and make room for a massive, strangely shaped unit. The Series S can slot into any media center either vertically or horizontally. Just make sure that it's in a space that is well ventilated. Number 2. When paired with a Game Pass subscription, the Xbox Series S is absolutely unstoppable. In previous generations, even a cheaper console would require you to go out and spend hundreds more dollars to get all of the games that you wanted. But now, all you need is $9.99 per month. With that small monthly charge, you get access to Game Pass's library of over 100 games, featuring titles both new and old. Additionally, titles are switched out and replaced every month, ensuring there is always something new to look forward to. Number 1. If you aren't concerned with 4K resolutions or fancy graphics options, then the Xbox Series S is a no-brainer. While the upper echelon of consoles will run you back $500, the same games and experiences can be had on the Series S for just $300. You could pocket that extra $200 and squirrel it away for a rainy day. Or you could buy 20 months of Game Pass and live in gaming nirvana for almost 2 years uninterrupted. So there you have it. The combination of design, performance, features, and services just can't be beat on the Series S. And that is why we love it so dearly. Do you have any other good reasons why you love this console and would like to share with us? Let us know down in the comments. And we'll see you again in our next video.
Super players.